Let's start the call here. I wanted to talk about completing the AML audit questionnaire. We were trying to get the compliance manager to start the process data collection for a third-party examination, a third-party review, or a test of your systems. With the annual audit purchase spawns an email from us. We'll say something like this: you've asked us to complete an audit, anti-money laundering audit review of your company, a third-party test. So you receive this, and then you'll see a link, and that's what you'll start. Provide some basic general instructions here, which is to provide an uploaded image for every request. We start this by asking you for images to prove that you have compliance in this particular area. And the test is to ensure that the AML officer understands what they're supposed to do. This really is a test of the AML compliance person in your organization. To walk through it, collect the name of the firm, areas where the firm is licensed, the name of the AML officer. If it's a small firm, the AML officer, the OFAC officer, the Office of Foreign Assets Control officer may be the same person as the AML officer. If you're a larger organization, you may have a separate person who does that. If you're a smaller organization, the AML officer will have duplicate responsibilities. Then we start collecting documentary evidence. The purpose of this is not just for us to show here within your policies and procedures, here within your AML plan, is the OFAC officer. The purpose of this process is to ensure that you, as the compliance officer, can identify where this material is. In our standard AML plan, we have the identification of this individual. And you simply navigate to your plan, you look for where within your plan that person is indicated. You'd simply type in that here. The next question is, how do I grab a screenshot? We recommend that you use the Snippet app. If you go to your keyboard images here, it's a little print screen button on their computer. It may be hidden. There may require an additional keystroke, but for the most part on a PC, you will always have a print screen window. And that will spawn a snipping screen. And then you save it to a particular location, save it to downloads, where I always do. I'm going to go ahead and save this screenshot. I've taken a screenshot showing the documentation, and I'm going to come here. I'm going to add the file, and there are a few ways of doing this. So I can select the file from my device and then just navigate to it the way you would sometimes do this, like that, and then you could add it this way. Do the same thing, and then instead of having to go through the whole find the form, go to your downloads, wherever you've saved that document, you can drag and drop, upload it. As we answer these questions, you'll see again and again the requirement to add a document that proves your compliance or proves that you, the compliance officer, knows where this information is located within your policies and procedures. Does your plan offer a standard red flags review? Yes. Is there a written frauds checklist? We're looking for the tool that you use within your day-to-day process to identify whether there's fraud or not. If that's the case, we ask that you upload a copy of your red flags checklist. You can see we're talking about the red flags FinCEN requirement for a red flags checklist, and there it is. I can take a screenshot. I'm going to bring up my snipping tool and save it to downloads, and then I'm going to come back to either select files from my device, go back to the downloads, upload it, and I'm done. All of these questions, the OFAC officer, the AML officer should be able to answer. And until you complete all of these things, you're not going to be able to submit your file for the 24-hour turnaround. We're not trying to play gotcha here. If you don't know the answer to something, that's fine. Let's correct it. Make sure you correct it. Go on to the next one. That's the purpose of the testing. Hopefully this clarifies a lot of the questions